Bonjour.
Hello, I'm Matt,
I'm Mim.
and we have a very special guest today.
I'm Tommy.
It's Tommy Mcwhirter!
Tommy Mcwhirter.
Tommy Mcwhirter.
The first guest.
That was Italian.
No.
The first guest of the podcast. Possibly the biggest legend out of all of our friends.
Very nice.
Gonna put my hand in there. Not actually.
Not in
don't
there.
worry.
She has just
Tommy's
entered
having
Tommy
a
with
very
her
good
hand.
time. I did just toe him earlier.
Oh, she's just taken it out. He's prolapsed.
Oh, Tommy.
Tommy's just prolapsed himself.
He needs an enema.
All the
That's
digits
not
have
how
been
this
tied.
works.
I know, I'm just going to clean it out for him.
So, today we're drinking port.
We've just had half a pint of port. It's currently on our second half pint.
That makes a
Yes.
pint.
So
We've
we're
got
having
2
a pint of
bottles
port.
altogether, so if it doesn't hit us, then
No,
That's sad.
when I got
If
up
it doesn't
earlier,
hit us, we're going out.
when I got
For more port.
We're
I'm gonna
crash-
hit Tommy.
we're crashing Anna's Christian house party.
Yeah.
That's gonna.
No, that
I've
will
just
not.
been censored.
Yes, sense redaction.
For the benefit of the tape, I've just been censored.
Yeah, that would be not good for me to say on.
On camera. I would also like to take this time, for the benefit of the tape, to apologise for my fucking boring rant about Little Nightmares last week. I'm sorry to all of you.
I don't
even
think I
bothered-
listened to that.
Yeah,
bit.
you didn't miss anything.
Mim's
babes.
never played Little
I
Nightmares.
haven't. No, it's literally something I've watched. We're not going to get back into that.
I would also
It's
like to clear
horrible.
up the fact that saying that they've made the sonic screwdriver more feminine wasn't me being.
I'm an adult virgin.
It wasn't me being an adult virgin. It was merely as if because she's a woman, they've had to make it daintier. That was my only qualm with it.
I fell asleep to the podcast last week.
Well, that shows our influence.
It means we've got very soothing voices.
Yeah.
He fell asleep with a hard-on.
Hello, welcome to the ASMR section of the podcast.
I'm gonna fuck you right in your little cockhole.
I'm gonna fuck your mum's Jaxie. Get your nose rat out for me. I'm coming to see her later.
Pissed off all the higher ups on question time when I asked your nan to get a rat out.
dear.
Tommy, tell us a bit about yourself. People might not
Have
know
Have we
you.
said that we're drinking port today?
We have. We just said
We've
that,
said
babes.
that already.
Port's hit
You
you.
need-
that's
Don't
it.
call me babes.
I've said it to you already, BB.
Oh dear.
Review of the port. Tommy, what's your first review of the port?
This is Mim and Tommy's first experience
This
of
is
port.
Lidl
Actually,
port, so it's not the best.
it's
we could have
£6
tried.
little port, but it's. I'll let Tommy.
Yeah,
explain.
no, I'm a port virgin, and I've just had a mint to clean my breath somewhat. And so my impression of the port now.
Swish it around a little bit. Get it all over your tongue. Get it all over.
Get it down your chops.
It's quite fruity, and then
That's
it's
because
got.
it's made of grape.
Oh shit! I didn't even
Fortified
think about
wine,
that.
babes.
So yeah, no, it's got a lovely little taste, very fruity, very wintry. You drink this in the winter.
It's a Christmas drink.
According to Anna Carmel, it's what they use for communion wine.
Is
It's
it?
very nice. It's,
Well, in her church, anyway.
it's a
I
lot
think it's
fruitier
fake.
than any sort of red wine I've ever had. It's not dry at all, and it's not.
It's 'cause it's
It's
dessert
not
wine.
particularly full
It gets all over your tongue.
It reminds me of a plum wine that I had last week.
Oh, Tommy was telling me about this earlier.
Yeah, no, proper Japanese stuff. It was very lovely.
Michael Charlton's spunking himself over Japanese influence right now.
Honestly,
Lovely.
Mike, same. One of my ideal places to go actually would be just around Japan and
Mount
Tokyo.
Fuji.
Yeah.
Oh, Mount Fuji! I would
I'd
spunk on
kill
Mount
to
Fuji.
go. I fully planned out a trip to Japan a few months
Let's
ago.
do it. Oh yeah, by the way, tomorrow we're packing up our bags and going to Paris.
yeah.
Is it
Nice
Paris
romantic
or should we
day
go
in
to
Paris.
Tuscany? It's literally.
Let's
I
do
think Paris
Tuscany.
is more doable.
Paris is more doable, but Tuscany is nicer.
more better.
I'm also a port virgin.
What would
do
you
you
say,
make,
Miriam?
It's really nice. It's very drinkable. It's I can't. It's one of those things I can't gulp though.
Yeah.
Mim spilt it all over my bed.
Sorry. For the benefit
I
of
can
the
see
tape.
the stains
Sorry.
on Matt's bed.
I can
I
see
think
the
that one there
stains
might
on
be
Matt's
bought.
bed. What have you been doing, Matthew? Pleasuring yourself.
No.
There's a lot of
Have you
tissues on the
pleasured
Matt's
yourself
bed.
since-
That's
And a
not
very
true.
crusty
No.
flannel.
You've not pleasured
That's
yourself.
just. That's
And
not
There's a lot
true.
of crusty socks in this bedroom. I've seen
Oh.
them with my peepers.
Oh, that's disgusting. Who the fuck wanks
I
into
saw
a sock?
you watching Two Girls, One Cup earlier.
No one has ever gotten off to Two Girls, One Cup.
Oh, that's
I'm sorry, it's
I
disgusting.
walked in on Matt the other day by
getting
accident.
into my pajamas.
He was
very
he was
sexy.
inside one leg
One
hole,
leg hole.
with one leg covering his schlong.
One leg was just out of it. Mim comes back, she's just like, oh, I didn't look in a mirror. Do I look okay? No, sorry. Can I actually
do I
get
look
into
okay?
my clothes, please? Mim, just get out.
I didn't think you were gonna get changed that quickly.
I wanted a nap badly. You knew that.
I also saw Tommy's hairy butt cheek this morning, but I've seen it many times, so it's nothing.
So many
new.
times.
So many times.
She's also seen Marcus Paul's
Marcus
penis.
Raging
Marcus's
phallus.
penis.
Marcus tries to make everyone believe that she said it was the best she's ever seen,
I did,
but
for the benefit of the tapes, I did not say
Since
that.
mine has been on show an awful lot, I doubt that a lot.
I reckon
Yeah.
Tommy's got a gorgeous little
What do you
schlong.
mean by
Glorious
reckon?
phallus.
Have you not seen it?
Get
I
out.
have,
Flop it
but
out.
I was
For-
drunk.
For the benefit
for
of
the
the
benefit
tape.
of the
He's
tape.
getting his penis
He's getting
out.
his willy out.
Just to warn you,
I'll
I'm not
feed you
shaved
my
for about a week.
willy.
Oh, he's actually getting his cock out.
Oh, Tommy's actually. Oh my god, it's quite impressive. Tommy's actually just flopped out.
Oh, now I feel obligated.
I hope
Yeah, you-
I hope you're a grower and not just a shower.
Yeah, don't
now,
worry.
now I feel obligated, but
But
It's
size
fine.
really
Otherwise, I'll
dude.
get
doesn't
one boob
matter.
out.
One boob.
I'll just
Both-
whack
both
it
of-
out.
one
both of-
boob is plenty.
Both of my boobs are
One
out.
boob,
One
does
boob doesn't work.
plenty.
Do I get my cock out, Tommy?
Do it.
Do you need more port?
No.
I think you should flop out. I think it'd be funny as
Go on,
fuck.
flop out.
No.
No? Okay.
Oh,
I
but-
don't think it would be funny. I think it'd be sexy. But... Oh, Matt
What
is
did you
moving position. Is he about to flop out?
This is the Daily News
This is
report.
unprecedented.
Live
It's the time
footage
you put
coming
Bethy
from Matt's
and Stom
bedroom.
on.
You put Bethy in song.
He
We all put
teabagged me
Bethy
with
and
Bethy to
Stoms
thong on.
I'm ecstatic that you have a picture of me in a thong teabagging.
All the belts coming off people. Whipping.
This is
That makes it
incredibly
sound-
erotic. Oh. That would not be pleasant.
Oh fuck! Tommy's
That was
getting
the-
whipped.
that was- oh, I thought that was the buckle end.
I
I thought this was child abuse.
Oh, no,
he's
that's
giving it a feel, and he's decided it's not big enough to get out at the moment.
That's not true.
Whip it out.
No, because
For the benefit of the tape,
Funny.
for the benefit of the tape, Matt's wearing very nice trousers. No, they're just black sort of. Are they chinos? They're sort of jeans.
no, they're
chino.
smart trousers.
They're smart trousers. They're very nice.
You want me to take them off, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
I exclusively want to show Tommy.
Yeah,
I'm not being left out. Hashtag blessed.
No, I feel like we're gonna have to restart this.
Flop out.
Oh, I feel
Flop
like that's so
out.
well. Flop out, flop out, flop out, flop out, flop out, flop out, flop.
I'll show you half of it, like a Marcus.
Half a
Paul.
penis.
Half a penis. That's a penis.
Very lovely.
Bigger than Cam's.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, Cam.
Oh no.
It's absolute debauchery in Lincoln House right now. For the
Yes,
benefit
it
of
was
the
like
Get all the
tape.
other boys.
Any-
This is
any
half
ma-
a pint of port.
Any guy that comes on our podcast, you have to flop out by legal
You
obligation.
know how Top Gear do like a ranking of best drivers of their guests? We should do best penis.
Yeah, we'll
Since
start a penis
Matt's
chart.
not a guest, I'm currently
You're
in
top of
first
the
place.
chart. Yeah, we'll
Yes.
put it on Matt's notice board.
I get my room cleaned every 2 weeks.
It's fine.
They're gonna
Yes.
come in.
Wanky
That's
Lee
fine.
will love it.
Wanky Lee doesn't clean my room.
Wanky Lee's
Excuse
top
me?
of the chart.
Wanky Lee.
Oh, you don't know Wanky Lee?
Go on, explain Wanky
My
Lee.
Asian hall tutor is called
Wanky
I
Lee.
think we should introduce the theme of the week. We've demonstrated
The
it
theme of the
perfectly.
week.
Alcohol
The
and
theme of the
life.
week is not penile.
Basically,
Peonies.
we've
Fun
Peonies.
fact, everyone, the plural of penis is peonies.
Fun fact.
basically we devised a chart last week for our themes, and we've set a theme for all of you. For anyone we want on. Like, some of you are a bit BTEC. Harriet.
I'm gonna read out everyone that you
No,
say you want on.
Matt,
only
no,
the
this is
person
not to be
wants
disclosed.
I mean,
You're
they're
a
gonna
cunt.
find out in, like, a
No, Matt,
season's time.
stop.
The only people,
I'm sorry.
So these are the only people that Mim
This was
wants on.
Matt as well.
I
Dave,
agree.
Dave Hyde, her own father, Anna Carmel, Toby Russell, Tommy Mcwhirter, David Sampson, that's my brother, and Chris Sampson, that's my father.
And we added Cam and Mike. Right. Yeah. Basically, we wanted to talk about alcohol and life with Tommy because Tommy,
No, we wanted to talk about
alcohol and
alcohol
life.
Did we not change it? I thought we changed it. What's going on?
What?
Were we going to talk about something else?
Hang on. I can't see you.
Don't worry.
See you, I can't see.
For the benefit of the tape, that was a brief break.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Nothing happened.
Matt's just put his willy on Tommy's bald head.
It felt lovely. I quite like to cross the service today.
He's getting teabagged.
Oh, he's on there!
The tip just actually touched his head. I don't know what I'm
That's
witnessing.
horrible.
Head touched head to head.
No way are we touching tips.
Rival nation.
Touching
Okay.
tips is where I draw
Right.
the line.
Calm, peace,
Do you
serenity.
want a dog?
What?
Dog with a foreskin
Dog
goes around
penises.
foreskin.
No, that's a thing.
Oh my lord. Yeah, Tommy.
Mein Gott.
Mein Gott. Tommy, apart from me,
This is going to be the redacted podcast.
this is gonna be.
I
the
was
lost
told
one.
to
How many
edit our
times are we going to
thoughts.
record?
Yeah, well,
this?
that's not happening, you bitch. I'm joking. I love you.
Yeah, they'll know exactly who they are.
Retract.
Who?
Your mum.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, she would have said it.
Yeah. Apart from me, Tommy is the most alcoholic friend I have.
Apart from you.
I think I'm more
I'm on
alcoholic
my
than
way
you
there,
are.
if
Matt's
I'm
on his way, and I hope it's not my influence, but I feel like it is.
Most competitions tonight, because I could drink you under the table.
I've
I
drank the
don't
most
think
so
you
far.
could.
I think I could.
Well,
Last
we're
night,
not
Liv,
having that.
You had 3 bottles of beer and
Here
you
we
were
go.
gone.
Actually, I had a glass of wine, a 650 milliliter bottle of
So,
Desperados,
a bottle.
and a bottle of Hop House.
You had a pint of
I
Desperados.
hadn't eaten that
and not
day
even a
either.
pint
Hot
of
house.
Hop
That's what it
House.
sounded like you
Hot
just
house.
said.
I hadn't eaten that day. I was a drunken mess last night. There were many suicide attempts.
Oh god, that sounds like actual depravity, but no, she just pretended to jump in front of a tram.
Oh, big up Lucy Charles. Lou, I'm sorry you were offended we didn't mention you. You haven't listened to the first podcast yet,
Wow.
so fuck you,
Yeah,
fake
so we
fan.
decided we'd mention you in this
But,
one in the most abusive ways we can.
You're the most innocent person I know.
You
The world
genuinely-
doesn't deserve you.
You genuinely are exceptionally lovely, and I
I
do
prefer
value
your
you as a
dog
friend.
to you.
Back off!
Am I not allowed to?
Matt's an actual changeling. Like, ever since we've become really good friends, he's slowly taking over my life. My flatmates...
Just because I'm more charming than she is, and her friends tend to love me more.
Fuck off!
She just pinched my nipple.
I did. He's actually, like, stealing my flatmates away from me, and it's genuinely
And
upsetting.
your general friends.
I've never felt...
Lucy replies to my Snapchat.
Yeah,
not
I know.
yours.
I've never felt more BTEC than when I hang around with Matt.
Especially with your memory.
I know! You're literally taking everything away from me. I'm just the BTEC version, and it's really upsetting. Yeah, alcohol. How does
I like it. I enjoy
I
it
like
very
it.
much.
How has alcohol affected your life, Tommy?
It's improved it.
I don't
Definitely.
think it has.
Oh, it definitely has.
I can confirm, after the many drunken nights we've had, that it's not improved your
Would
life.
you have slept in a bush in the town centre without a few drinks?
Would you have paid a homeless man lots of money?
Okay, we need
No.
to explain this night because Tommy, stop. Tommy was about to pour all of his port on Matt's bed.
No.
No, of course not. So on the 11th of May, 2018,
How do you know what day? Oh, it's
because it's when we went out for my
Yeah.
18th. Me and Tommy stayed in attic.
I was actually there. They don't realise. They don't remember that.
We didn't like him
know-
then.
I mean, I'd known you for 10 years.
He had quite shit hair still then.
I have basically the same hair as
No,
you
it
now.
was shorter then.
Yes, because hair does grow.
Yes.
I don't think I've had a haircut since. No, I did actually after I got back from Interrail.
Me and Tommy were in Attic for about 15 minutes.
Attic being our local club.
Ooh.
As if anyone
Everyone
else
who
is going to
listens is
listen
our
to
friend.
this. As if anyone.
Yeah, you've been talking like you have a proper following.
Yeah,
but
we
it's just
don't.
Oh,
not.
my flies are still undone.
Sorry.
How many views are you at for the last podcast?
48.
Wow.
Suck
you have
my
that many
tits.
friends. I think
That's
about 4 of those.
amazing. And you both of you just missed that.
Oh my god.
Did you just flash your willy again,
You've
Matthew?
become a big pro at flopping out in the last 10 minutes.
Marcus Poor, step up your game.
Yeah.
Flop out like a non-coward. Flop out when it's not over
You
Snapchat.
fucking coward. Yeah, me and Tommy left Attic and ended up sleeping in a bush.
Tommy and I.
Fuck off.
Wow.
Tommy and I ended up sleeping in a bush for about 2 hours, and our friends couldn't find us.
We
was
did have a little
fun.
trip to our favourite pub of the town first.
Big up Castle.
Big up
Castle pub is good. The Castle Ale is very nice.
Never had it.
Tommy bought me a pint once.
Did I?
Tommy
Yeah.
got me
Was
into
I
Guinness.
drunk?
Yes.
That sounds like me.
I did pay you.
Tommy
Oh,
spends,
thank you.
for anyone who doesn't know Tommy spends literally all of his money when he's drunk.
Mim and I spent £4.50 on a single and mixie the other day.
The most upsetting things ever happened in my life.
Wow.
£4.50 each, that is.
25
Yes.
quid on 2 double G&Ts.
What?
Mm.
That's ridiculous.
Sorry?
Mm.
That's horrific.
Where
I was
was
trying to
that?
impress that night.
Yeah, ouch. I think I'm actually getting better with my alcohol,
Really?
which is weird. I never thought I'd be saying
Very
that.
weird.
I've consistently for the last year been increasingly alcoholic.
Yeah, no, yeah.
There was a point, you didn't know me at this point, Matt, RIP. I had 2 boxes of wine in my wardrobe and a bottle, and I finished it within about a month.
Very nice.
I would just drink on my own in my room. If that's not alcoholism,
that
I don't
Marcus
know what
Poor?
it is. Yeah, I know.
Marcus, genuinely, you do need to realise that drinking alone in your room every night is not good, and you do need to help yourself.
You
6
will
out of
kill
7
your
nights
liver.
is fine. 7 is bad.
And there we go. That's life advice for you from Tommy.
Yeah, that is the other topic of the week, isn't it? Just life.
Life.
During lectures, yes, oh my days, I have labs every Thursday, and we just look at rocks and minerals, and I think that would be so much better if I was really
steaming.
shit-faced.
So basically, every Wednesday you need to go out hard.
No, every Thursday morning,
Very nice.
because there are rocks, and the term is cleavage, a direction over which the bonds
Ain't no
are
cleavage in Beaver Palace.
the direction over which the bonds are not particularly strong, so you can basically just peel them. I feel like if I was shit-faced, I'd just sit there with a mineral for an hour, just peeling layer by layer by layer by layer by
Oh,
layer.
that sounds well fun.
It really
It
is
does.
satisfying.
We should get some
And then,
onions in
even
tonight to
better,
peel.
An auger is like layer.
you
No.
peel
I fucked that
Augers
up.
are like
You-
onions.
you peel a
Onions are
layer.
layers.
of the mineral, then you use that layer, wedge it in between the second layer, and then peel it again.
Parfait! Everybody love parfait!
Okay, we've got into Shrek. We're ending this. Matt, how's your alcohol consumption been since you've got to uni?
More so than...
Ever before?
No, not ever before.
Well,
I had a
you-
period where I
More
drank.
so than like
Before.
leading up to going.
There
to
were
uni.
times where I used to... I know my restraint now. I used to not know my restraint. There was a time... First time, my first real bad experience with alcohol, I downed a bottle of white wine in the first 15 minutes of a party. Dave will remember this. And I was throwing up into a bathtub for the next, 3 hours.
Very
You were telling me
nice.
it was one of Dave's
Tories,
Yeah.
Tories party. Not Tories as in their political
No, I know.
opinion.
I know.
My
Your
friend,
Tory.
my very close friend Victoria. I don't know if Victoria listened to the last one.
Rude.
She's just genuinely a very good friend. I do appreciate Tori.
You probably appreciate her more if she listened to the podcast, right?
No, maybe she just didn't have time. Yeah, I was throwing up into a bathtub until people slapped me awake they're like, Tori's parents are about to get home, so I just like completely sobered up from that point. I ended the party the most sober person there because I just vomited it all up.
Oh, see,
Very nice.
that's always what I try to do at parties. I always go for a tactical chunder.
Cheeky tactical is
a
very
cheeky
good.
tactical chunder, but the tactical chunder just turns into real chunder,
No.
and then I pass out at 8:30.
I've only ever tackied once around the corner from Spoons. Cam was there.
Very nice.
Cam was there with me. I'd been drinking. That was the night I had vinegar and Jaeger shots at Ben Peel's for
That's
Prees,
fantastic.
and I had a lot of Australia beforehand, and I tackied, and it was just all foam. All of it was foam
Disgusting.
because Australia is a
Fucking
very fizzy beer.
disgusting.
It was the entirety of my vomit was foam. I don't know. I hope Cam remembers that because I felt that was a nice bonding session.
The worst vomit I've ever seen is it my.
The worst vomit I've ever smelt was Harriet Soul.
Oh, Harriet Soul, you're a dutty bitch.
Oh.
Harriet, you're actually very lovely, and I do think you're very nice.
Check your blood
I've known her
glucose,
longer
Harriet.
than you. She was in my geography first year.
Right.
Just thought I'd
No,
let you know.
geography first year?
First year, yeah.
First year of...
College. I've known her longer than you.
Mim's
Don't you
known
dare.
Harriet since the first year of St Mary's.
No, I mean, I've known Harriet longer than
No,
I've
he
known
means
Mim.
He's known Harriet longer than he's known me.
Yeah, okay,
I'm
with
not an
you.
idiot.
He doesn't think that he was at St Mary's with us.
Okay.
He might have been.
Were you a female for 5
A
years?
female.
For male? I was an iron male.
Females.
Female.
Oh, this isn't about the F word, is it?
Females.
Dad, stop saying
Females.
females.
You're going to return
Well,
those
Wilson.
dirty magazines. You know I hate them.
Just to clarify, they're not pornographic magazines.
They're my science magazine.
My dad's just died. Why are you putting salt in everything?
Ugh. The worst vomit I've ever seen. Tommy Mcwhirter
Yes.
was at my house.
Didn't involve chickpeas, did it?
It did involve chickpeas.
Was
Matt,
Are you the one who
Tactical.
makes a chickpea curry?
I am
Yeah.
the one who
Matt,
makes
I don't know
chicken
if you've
curry.
ever. It's actually really nice when he cooks it. I don't know if you've ever heard this story,
I haven't,
but
no.
we were at my house. This was like April, March,
Yeah, something about
around that time. Me and Tommy were very drunk.
Tommy
that.
and
Ever
I.
so drunk.
Tommy and I were very,
Very
very, 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 very drunk that night, and we thought.
Fun fact, if anyone else would like to know, just because it really annoys me, I thought I'd put a little PSA out there. When it comes to and I or me and, if you take the other person out of the equation, if the sentence still works with what you have in there, then it's fine. But if it doesn't, then it's not. Say it's Tommy and me were going to do something, that wouldn't work because if you took Tommy out of the equation, it would be me was going to.
And that was
Yeet.
Matt Sampson's fun fact of the week.
What a boring cunt. I'm
just thought I'd let
joking.
you on
You're
a-
not boring. You're
Next
just-
week, you'll learn the difference between less and fewer.
That was our grammar instalment of the week. I'm sure we all enjoyed that lesson. Me and Tommy thought it would be a great idea to walk to Tesco's Express, which is about
Tesco.
It's a
Express.
long old walk.
It's
It's
about-
Tesco.
Fuck off! It's about a half-hour walk from my house to buy the ingredients for a chickpea curry, which I had in my house anyway. We cooked it. It was raw.
The chickpeas were raw. The
We
spices
just-
were perfectly toasted.
Toasted spice.
We just ate raw chickpea curry. And I've never seen red vomit like I saw red vomit that night. Tommy was...
Oh, is it a red chickpea curry? I assumed chickpea curry might be green.
No, it's
No,
bright
it's
red.
curry.
Oh.
I was up in my upstairs bathroom, rubbing
In the
Tommy...
upstairs bathroom, not the downstairs loo.
rubbing Tommy McWhirter's back and just watching chickpeas fly out of his esophagus.
Yes.
What are your favourite curries?
I make a mean tikka masala.
Tikka masala is good.
I fucking love a Rogan Josh though.
If I'm getting takeaway, I'll get a Rogan Josh.
A boona is good.
Never had a boona.
Chicken
Booners
boona.
are good, but biryani.
I love a...
Lamb biryani.
Chicken makhani. Chicken makhani is...
Because I'm a vegetarian nonce, I love a lentil dal. I'm afraid.
I like
But-
rolled dal.
I like rolled dal. What a lad. I also
Born
like a
Cardiff.
jalfrezi.
Oh, a prawn jalfrezi.
Proper-
No, I'm not...
Ging
I'm
prawn
not
a
jalfrezi with a Peshwari
But
naan.
A proper good jalfrezi, yes.
Peshwari
yes,
naan,
ma'am.
that's the coconut one.
Yeah, it's very
Peshwari.
nice.
I don't like coconnuts.
Peshwari naan is Sophie Grice's go-to. every
I
single
thought that would be
time.
so-
Sophie
Pulao
Grice,
rice.
Sophie Grice, you love an Indian. You're a legend. I love you, Gricey.
She used to live in Elmstead Market, didn't she?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
The
does.
spice in Elmstead Market is very good. It's a
I've
very
been-
good curry house.
Me and at Sophie Grice 7 have
Sophie
been
Grice and I.
I said me and at Sophie Grice 7.
Doesn't
So,
matter.
at Sophie Grice
So
and
if
I,
you took
7.
Sophie Grice 7 out, it would be
That was bad.
me went
I don't
to,
know
so
if
it
I
still
can-
doesn't
I don't know
make
if I can
sense.
fulfill that. We're in this
I'm going to get my cock out
castle.
again if
We're
you
in
try
this
and hit
beaver
me.
castle.
I just hit Matt for the benefit of the tape.
She hit me with my own phone on which this is being recorded.
Hit me with your own phone.
Fire away.
yeah, the
Belinda
spice-
Carlisle, marry me.
For fuck's sake.
Oh,
The spice in
dear.
Elmstead is genuinely
Heaven.
like heavenly.
You
It
should
is
definitely
heaven.
do a restaurant review section of the podcast.
The Balti Bouge at Marcus will
how did
enjoy
I know
this.
this was coming?
The Balti Bouge in Malden is the best curry house on
Do you know what curry house is underrated? My house, because I make fucking mean curries. And
I've never
no
been
one
to your
gives that
house.
Credit. Have you not?
I've given you a lift to your house, but I've never set foot inside.
Okay, well, since I'm moving back home and dropping out of uni,
Yeah, you should probably explain that for the benefit of the
that's
tape.
part of the life aspect of the podcast.
Okay, we'll move
isn't
on
it?
to that.
But yeah, no, all come over for a curry. I'll make you a fucking dirty one.
You make me a dirty one every night.
Oh dear.
So, for the benefit of the tape, Tommy's staying at my flat for a week, I
I
believe.
mean, he's stayed there for one night so far, so every night's still not quite accurate.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say that. I'm saying he will be staying at my flat for a week. Probably.
Yay.
Potentially.
Possibly.
And I'm
Who
making
knows?
you cook for me probably every night.
That's fine. I love to cook. I've not had enough opportunity to cook since I've been at uni.
I prefer baking.
I quite like a good
No,
I make a mean
I'm not a
cheesecake.
baker.
Such a grand.
No,
Matt
salted,
is the epitome of a granddad friend.
salted cheesecake and salted caramel cheesecake. Sorry,
Oh.
You're making that for me at one point.
it's
Yeah.
really good.
You're making
Last
that for
time I
me.
made one, it was for a party, but it never set right, so it was really soft when we got there. It wasn't very good. But when it's got enough
Bake
time
it.
to set, no, you can't bake it.
Okay.
No.
No.
Salted caramel cheesecake is good. I also make mean profiteroles.
Oh.
Chocolate fudge cake.
Oh. Chocolate fudge cake profiteroles
bougie.
with brandy butter.
What is your obsession with brandy butter?
I fucking love brandy, but the mince pies are left. I've still got the mince pies.
You just spat on my chin. You just spat at me.
Yes.
What's your... we'll ask Tommy because you're the guest. What's your worst drunken experience you've ever had?
Okay, so it was about year 10. So I was...
Did you get nonced on by a teacher?
No, that's happened in Twisters since I've been 18. I was about year 10, so how old am I at the start of year 10?
14.
So I was about 14. And one of my mates, Nans, was out of the area. So she thought she'd have a house party in her flat. So I hadn't been to a house party for a few months and I was fucking thirsty. So
Gagging for it.
Tommy's always gagging for it.
a drink that is. So
Or not.
I turned up with a litre of Bacardi
Ooh.
and someone had
Well,
apple.
is good. Cam
Yeah.
It used
will
to be.
appreciate
It
white rum
used to
is
be.
good. Any rum is good.
Dark rum is better.
Dark rum is.
Spice rum is the
Spice
best.
rum is good, yes.
Mm.
Spice rum is my favourite rum.
Big up
but
spoons. Double
Bacardi
rum Coke,
is still
$2.99.
good.
Can we get back to the matter at hand?
Bacardi used to be good. But that night, when I started mixing it with apple sours, it became bad. And about 500, 600 mils of Bacardi down. I
And
was
apple sours, like, mixed
mixed with
together?
apple sours. I was throwing up into the toilet quite violently. I assume, I don't remember. So one of my mates had to call my dad. And my dad is not an accepting man when it comes to things like that. So he came over in the van and from what I'm
Bundled
told,
you in.
I was stood on the pavement shouting, I don't know you. Who are you? What's your name? I can't get into the van with a stranger. So yeah, my dad wasn't a big fan of that. And I was taken home and just left in the shower for quite a while. I was covered in my own vomit. So yeah, when I got out of the shower, I
I've
just
never
had
heard
to...
this story.
No, I haven't divulged it. But when I got out of the shower, I slept downstairs and didn't get off the sofa for the next sort of 24 hours, except for to vomit, because that's how long that lasted.
Wow.
Oh, that's horrific.
That's
I
genuinely
haven't drunk
horrific.
Bacardi since.
I
blame
feel
you.
like everyone's worst drunk experiences are when their parents are involved.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, mine is.
I drank a lot of vodka before I really knew
Is this
my
your worst
tolerance.
one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my worst one. And so I passed out on the rugby field, got dragged to Mike's house, stayed outside Mike's house. So then I got taken home.
Would anybody require more port?
I've
I'm
filled
still on
myself
mine.
up, my friend. But
Lift them out.
But then so my mum and my dad were looking over me on my bed. I chundered all over my shorts, so I took my shorts off. So I was just sat in my boxers and my t-shirt. The only straw we had in the house, because we're a very environmentally friendly house. I'm taking environmental science. The only straw we
Thanks for that.
Oh, big up.
the only straw that we had was a firm, reusable straw. So that was being used, just bent completely out of shape to get water in my mouth because I couldn't raise my head enough to drink properly.
Oh my god.
I was so drunk, and my dad was messaging my friend Cam. Cam's going to be listening to this.
Pick up.
And so my parents, just something you should all know, my parents are exceptionally chill with everything.
Fucking geezers.
Yeah, they're very immature at times, and I was resting in a position where both of my bollocks were hanging out of my boxers, and my dad is messaging Cam from my phone. He's like, "Oh yeah, Matt's alright. He's just resting right now. He's having he's just having a drink of water. Both his clock weights are hanging out."
He messaged Cam that.
Yeah.
What a
And he's
fucking
like, "Oh,
legend.
I'll send you a picture if you want," as banter. And Cam's just like, "No,
I definitely
thank
need
you."
to meet Chris. Jesus.
I
Chris
want
is-
to meet Chris so
Chris is a
badly.
don. Fuck
Party at
Margaret
Matt's with his
Thatcher.
parents.
Fuck Maggie
Margaret
T.
Oh, if I told my parents to get involved in the party, they would. They'd love it.
You called it the poddy?
Because
We
the
do
party.
now.
See. Oh.
But my music taste is exceptionally similar to both of my parents.
Ah.
So if I made the playlist, they'd get involved very quickly.
it.
My dad would be cutting shapes. I worked in a pharmacy, and my parents worked for the same company, so we all went to the same Christmas do. And genuinely, one of the just pure nicest experiences of my life was with last year's Christmas do. And we were all really drunk. We were absolutely steaming and just being up on the floor cutting shapes with my parents.
Oh,
My
dear.
dad
Fucking legendary.
my dad can't dance for shit, but he
Neither
was
can you. I have
Oh
moves.
yeah, trust me, I can't. But my dad takes it to a new level. I love him to bits, but he can't dance. And we're all just cutting shapes up there, and it was brilliant. With all these middle-aged pharmacy people, it was fantastic. Genuinely
Sounds
brilliant.
amazing.
It does sound amazing. Can they
Can
top
you
me,
invite us
please?
to the next one?
Oh, I don't work for the company anymore.
Who's the company?
Day Lewis.
Let's just go.
Oh no, which Day Lewis pharmacy did you used to work in?
Priory Walk.
Oh no.
Okay, that's interesting.
What have you purchased from that
We're not-
pharmacy, Miriam?
We're not
What have
going
you
into
purchased
that.
from that pharmacy?
Saturday.
Yeah.
I've known you for longer than I thought.
No. How old were you
Oh,
when you
dear.
started working there?
15.
Okay,
And
well,
that's
Matt,
the age Mim had to buy the
Matt
morning
may
after
have
pill from
dispensed
Matt's
me the
pharmacy.
morning after pill, and I told them I was 18 as well, so it would have been like any person that dispensed it to me.
No, it wouldn't. It would have to be the pharmacist because the
I had to go in a room actually and
Yeah,
take it.
that's the
so.
consultation room.
You may have seen me though.
Hello, ma'am. I will have done because I was the
Shalom.
counter assistant.
Oh, I probably
Oh,
really
dear.
traumatized you.
No.
Did you not used to find it traumatic when like clearly young girls went in and were like, I need the morning after pill?
No, mate. I watched a homeless man punch a hole in the wall, and I
Oh,
laughed.
It wasn't
Matt,
Richard,
that is
was
fucking
it?
traumatic. As if you were there when I bought like at potentially one of the lowest moments of my life when I had to go and buy the morning
Wow.
after pill.
Hello.
Shalom. Well, isn't that a connection for you?
Simulation.
Oh
Simulation.
no, not the simulation.
Well, thank you for preventing unwanted children.
That's okay.
Wales!
Sorry.
Oh, my hen was
no.
fine hard.
Matt promised that if we mentioned Wales tonight, he'd sing the national anthem, so enjoy.
Guad by the
We're both half Welsh, but I don't know the anthem.
It's really long.
Shit,
Gwad gawira fewi Dadgad witra
Okay, I
mad.
might end this.
Drosra did. You've not even got to the chorus yet. Kashan aiguad. Guad! Guad!
Your flatmates hate you right now.
Plaid your life.
End yourself.
Glad. Tramoran Phil. I'll end it at the end of this. Bid hof by Drosra did henyaith bod high.
Well, who doesn't love a little bit of Welsh pride? I'm not clapping for that.
Oh no, but the Welsh do everything better. The Welsh football team deserved to do better in the
The
Euros.
Welsh rugby team are the best rugby team.
Oh,
in the
I
entire
really
world.
badly want to go to a
Welsh are
rugby
just
game
good.
in Wales.
Back to the story.
We're in the north now. We can go to.
We're in the Midlands.
Yeah,
I was
but-
in the north.
Tommy
Yeah, exactly.
should
I
be in
dropped out of
Leeds.
uni,
North Midlands and the north.
which I've realised none of the group know about. So when they listen to this will be the first time they
Whoa.
hear.
But we can do.
This won't be uploaded till at least Thursday.
We can go to rugby league game. Rugby league is so much better than rugby union.
I'd happily go to that with you. Back to the story. Now we've established that Matt may or may not have told me the morning after pill.
Oh yes. Hello.
Shalom.
I definitely rung the transaction through.
Oh no, that's horrific. I don't like that. Anyway, that wasn't the worst drunken night I've had. The most, I don't know if I've actually told Matt about this. Tommy's definitely heard this story. Yeah, the most drunken night I've ever had was first year of college. It was the first night I ever tried to get served. We did successfully get served. Get served.
Get dunked on.
Fuck off.
What?
Me, Gracie,
What?
and Tors, who doesn't actually know about these. I'll send you the link to these tours because you'll love
Thomas, you
this.
seem like a real G.
Love you a lot, Tors.
I rate tours.
I've never properly met Tors, but she seems really nice.
She is a G. Me, Gracie, and Tors went to the Hole in the Wall. Big up.
All in the wall.
All in the Wall.
Dale Winton, rip.
Oh, honestly, the pure. He didn't host it. It was Anton Debet.
No,
It was
Dale
Anthony,
Winton hosted it first.
Oh, I love Dale Winter. Anyway,
Loved.
we went to. Shut up. R.I.P.
You love the memory of Dale
I
Winton.
love the memory of that orange man.
Hey, Apple. Hey,
no.
Apple.
Fucking hell! Shut
Oh,
up.
no.
Let me finish my story.
I'll put my dick in
I'll
the
feed you my willy. We went to Hole in the Wall, and there were these old men at the bar, and they just looked at Gracie and went, "Oh yeah, you're a 10. You're a 10." Looked at Tors and went, "Yeah, you're a 9." Didn't rate me. I've never been more offended to have
Wow.
not been nonced. Anyway, they were literally buying us drinks, like loads, all night. And then eventually, people that we knew turned up. So Tors' boyfriend at the time turned up, and some of his friends, and my ex-boyfriend turned up. I was fucking steaming. I hadn't been with my ex-boyfriend long at that time. I was really, really drunk, and apparently told him I loved him. Didn't remember saying it.
Brilliant.
He left shortly after.
Oh.
Didn't make sure that I was okay. That's the
Very nice.
precursor to the rest of the relationship.
That's terrible.
But I was the most drunk I've potentially ever been. Gracie had to leave early, and I thought it would be a great idea to walk her to the train station,
Railway station.
And it was one of those days where you get up and the alcohol hits you as soon as you start walking.
I might try and start walking soon.
So I was walking with Gracie to Colchester Town Station, and I don't remember the walk to the station. Gracie was at the station, apparently making me promise to phone everyone and phone them on the way back. I'd left my phone at the pub. So I somehow managed to get onto the stretch of road that runs between the police station on the main road and up towards, if you're going to
Malden?
Tesco's Express. Do you know
Very
what I mean?
nice.
Yeah.
I was walking along.
Malden Road.
Yeah.
Not Malden Road, Lexington Road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, toward Lexington Road, yeah. I was walking along that stretch of road trying to get back to Hole in the Wall, not knowing where I was. I was going up to random people going, "Excuse me, mate, do you know how to get back to Hole in the Wall?" No one helped me. I looked about 14 at the time.
Yeah, because no one's going to tell a 14-year-old where the fucking pub is.
Well, a clearly
No, but you should
ratted
always help
14-year-old,
someone.
yeah.
Oh my god, God complex.
No, that's just being a nice person. I don't really remember much of it. It was about an hour. I was wandering up and down. Tors and her boyfriend were so worried about me. I somehow managed to have the sense to walk back to town station. Don't remember the walk back to town station.
Town station from the police station.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I was just I had to borrow this random woman on the station's phone and called my mum. Thought I was being really sober and wasn't. Tors got to town station, was so annoyed at me, obviously, because I was being a twat. And I vomited on the train home.
Brilliant.
Just on the floor of the train home. Got into my mum's car, and my mum had never seen me drunk at this point. I don't think she's seen me drunk since either.
Nice.
And my sister thought we were on E. Because we were both that drunk, and I was in so much trouble from my parents the next morning.
I appreciate that you call it E rather than MD or Mandy. E, I appreciate E. The 90s.
I listened to too much Bulb.
Exactly. Sorted Freeze and Whiz.
Freeze and Whiz. What a tune.
Oh, the entirety of Different Class is the best album ever written.
Different Classes are really good.
It's the best album ever
What's
written.
your best experience on alcohol? Like most enhancing experience? Mcwhirter, have you ever had any? I've never seen you not really messy.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Good experiences after a drink. Wow.
Let me wrap my brain.
I don't know. I've had a lot actually. Like 50% of the time, I'm really good. 50%
Well,
of the
the
time.
only times I can ever actually get with people is when I'm drunk.
Same.
Very
Honestly,
nice.
same.
What about you, Mim? Have you got a best time while drunk?
I mean, I think we've all at this table documented how fucking messy I get when I'm really drunk.
Mem gets exceptionally messy.
Very
I apologise to all of you. Probably. Oh, actually, probably the nicest time I've been drunk was when we were at the Wombats.
Oh, that was good.
Fucking sick.
Yeah.
Me and Tommy got lost in
the crowd.
a
We were in the
really-
front fucking row.
We were on the front row. I was literally gripping.
And the moshes at the Wombats were surprisingly good for the
surprisingly
Wombats.
ridiculous.
That's surprising.
It was like an intense mosh.
The Wombats. Are you sure it wasn't just 14-year-old girls?
No. It was
No,
old. It was like
solid.
it was like older guys. I got elbowed in the stomach by like a 24-year-old man that
I
night.
punched you in the nose the other day. Too.
Matt
I
did
almost
punch
lost
me
my
in the nose.
shoes.
the
No,
other
I was
day.
trying to make Mim flinch and she walked forward.
Yeah, and I walked into his fist. You made me do this. Yeah, I got elbowed in. Do you remember that? I got elbowed in the stomach by
No.
like a 24-year-old guy, and I got punched in the arm as well,
No, I
really
don't
hard.
remember.
But me and Tommy got like separated from the rest of the people we were with. And I was literally just gripping onto Tommy's t-shirt for dear life for the rest of the night.
And
It
I
was so
insanely
sweaty. He was wet at the end of the
I was
night.
wet. I was wet at the start of
I'm
the night.
wet for you,
I
Tom.
was
I'm wet
differently
for you,
wet at the end
Tommy.
of the night. Thank you very much. How are you
mate.
good with you?
I couldn't
Plowman's.
plow me.
Oh,
I'll
that
plow
Plowman's
you
in the
both.
year. We have the oldest inn in England,
If
in
we get
Nottingham.
some different sort of strap
And,
on, we can all plough each other.
So every Saturday.
Pegging time.
Oh, pegging. What?
Big up pegging.
Big
No.
up, Peggy.
In Nottingham, we have the oldest inn in England. The ye old trip to Jerusalem,
Occupied Palestine.
occupied Palestine, yes. And
Shalom.
so every week we've been here, every Saturday and Friday as well. Mim and I have gone and started day drinking there.
Basically,
But-
we shouldn't be together at all.
I looked at the menu today and I was just reading it to these two. We were a little bit piddled at the time because we've been drinking.
Very
Well,
nice.
And it was just making us so hungry. It was the classic pub food.
It was well unfair as well.
It was
because
so good.
Me-
End of the port.
I'll have a little bit, please.
because
No,
these
Mim's not allowed more.
I am
A tiny
because-
bit more.
What?
Just a tiny bit.
because these
There
two
you go,
know
that's fine.
I am. Excuse me, Tommy.
You've got loads left.
You have so much left.
These two know that I'm awful at accidentally relapsing on being a veggie.
Prolapsing.
Anal prolapse.
A vaginal prolapse.
I've never had one.
And you have had an anal prolapse?
Yes.
Have you actually?
No, of course I
Oh,
haven't had an
okay,
anal
fine.
prolapse.
I do it like I'm siphoning petrol.
I pumped gasoline through my anus.
Oh, my dad sent me a headline earlier from the US and it was a woman high on meth dies after pumping petrol into her. No, it was gas because it was an American headline. Dies after pumping gas into her own anus.
Lovely.
Oh, Derek, I forgot where all was.
Oh, I've shat myself. Oh, Derek, I've shat myself.
Derek, give me an enema.
Oh,
Uh,
what were you saying?
the in-law.
Oh yeah, Tommy and Matt both fully know that I'm awful at occasionally relapsing on my vegetarianism.
Awful. Occasionally, fucking hell.
Don't you do it about 5 times a year?
It happened 5 times in 1 year.
That's 5 times.
For
a
the
year.
1 year that I was veggie. I'm
So
still
that-
veggie. This is actually my 2nd year of veggie.
But she
Um,
did. No, I'm not gonna
When was the last
Don't
time you
bait
had
me
meat?
out. We're not baiting me out.
When was the
thank
last
you.
time you had meat?
I had your meat last night.
Oh. I'd forgotten about that.
I didn't, just to clarify. Yeah, they were both just reading out the really tasty meat options on the menu, and it's making me
Oh,
very
they
upset.
have such gorgeous burgers. on
And
that
then
menu.
tried to get
And
me
the
to eat
fish and chips.
KFC.
Yeah.
We didn't try to
the
make
fish
you eat
and
KFC.
chips.
They were trying to make me eat
Oh.
KFC.
We had a KFC though. I had a mighty bucket for one, so that comes with 2 pieces of original chicken. In all of the pieces, both of the pieces of original chicken I had, each of them had 1 bone in them. I was blessed.
Quite
It was
often you get, like,
incredible.
the shoulder blade sort of
Yeah,
bones,
the
and they're
shoulder
not so
blade or the
good.
wing. I really
Yeah.
don't rate drumsticks.
I like drumsticks.
I quite like a wing.
Wings are good,
I'm
but you
about
get
a
hot
boneless
wings and a
fillet. I had a 4-piece
Mini
boneless
fillets,
meal.
so
I like
good.
a thigh.
Thighs are good.
Thighs are really
Thighs are juicy.
Yeah, thighs are good. I like Hunter's chicken, which was on
Look
the
at
menu.
these juicy thighs.
Oh, Huntsman's
For the benefit
chicken.
of the tape, I just grabbed
Wrap-
Tommy's thighs.
Chicken wrapped in bacon, cheese.
Can we
Barbecue
not?
sauce.
My brother makes a banging toad in the hole. He will listen to this because he loved the last one.
Dave,
Did I say toad in the hole or barbecue
you
sauce?
said
You
toad
said
in the
toad
hole.
in the hole.
Okay, because for some reason I thought I said barbecue
Yeah.
sauce.
He's a little bit biddled.
So-
Dave, just a heads up. When Matt next goes to Cardiff, I'm fully coming with him because I really want to go to Cardiff. So sorry.
All right, yeah. Mim would love to come to Cardiff.
Also, congrats. You're a big man. Tommy.
Yes.
No. We're going to take more time in this podcast to appreciate my brother.
Yes, Dave.
Dave.
Dave, this is your section. Dave, I met you once, and I apologise because when I met you, I thought you were Matt's younger brother.
Oh dear. I met Dave
I
once.
thought you were
rated
about
Dave.
15.
No,
But-
Dave's brilliant. He keeps me on a leash when I'm drunk.
Having
Holy
since been told about you, I actually think you're a fucking legend.
Mim is a massive Doctor Who fan.
I'm just a massive fan, Dave, of you.
No, Dave, I miss you.
I'm ashamed that Matt made you go down into your really fucking terrifying cellar.
Oh my days. Dave has the best cellar I've ever seen. Like in
The
our
best.
Yeah, in our house we have a cellar, but you can barely stand in it. It's like crouchable. I said like, and I'm trying to avoid saying like.
So am
but-
I. If I do, if you notice me say like a lot in this podcast, comment, like and subscribe and comment.
Like and
You just
subscribe.
said like.
That was
But,
in context, and let me know if I say it a lot.
So Dave has a fantastic cellar in his new student house in Cardiff. It's a proper cellar that looks like it's from a vampire film, as if you'd find a coffin down there.
It looks like you'd find a 50 Shades of Grey pleasure room down
Oh
there.
yeah,
Oh, nice.
and I Mim wanted to know what it looked like, so I sent Dave on a mission down there to go take pictures of it. And as soon as I showed Mim the pictures, Mim hated me for asking him to go down there.
I
'cause she
felt so
was
bad for you,
petrified.
Dave. Like, no, I was petrified for Dave because it definitely looks like he's going to get possessed down there. If we do go to Cardiff, Ouija board in Dave's cellar. Yes. Let's see the nurse.
I would just write vaguely offensive words. Not vaguely offensive.
Matthew just said some awful profanity. Bait out 101.
101 Manny on.
Manny on the beat.
Stop saying that.
Manny on the street.
The streets. Lucy Charles loves the streets.
Oh, Lucy Charles just
I thought Cam
Big
loved
up
the
Lucy.
streets. Yeah,
Yeah.
but explain it.
young love.
Love is
Tommy.
overrated.
True. Tommy,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on life?
Life, all
Life,
of it.
all of life.
Drop out of uni, it gives you a buzzing sense of freedom.
Explain the dropping out of uni.
Well,
You might as well out yourself now.
Well, I wanted to defer my course. No, not defer. I wanted to switch course, and they said I can't do it for another year because it's full this year. So I'm
full
gonna
of you.
wait for another. Not yet. You're not.
Later
Give it
on
an hour or
tonight,
so.
bit of a three-way.
If there's a honey in the middle.
It's not gay if it's in a three-way. It's
honey in the middle.
Where
There's
the
a
leeway.
It's okay.
The area's great
if it's
in a 1, 2,
three-way.
3. Wait, fellas, get ready.
You're
To
To
interrupting
impress a chick, do the helicopter
Tommy's
dip. Go helicopter
philosophical
dip.
rant.
Helicopter dip. Go. How do you impress a chick? Do the helicopter dip.
That would not impress me.
Oh, Lonely Island. Cam can appreciate the Lonely Island.
No.
Let's do the helicopter dip, Tommy.
Fuck's sake! If you
This is not gay.
Oh, that was brilliant.
They genuinely just did that.
Oh my god.
I witnessed this, so you
That
don't
was
have
fucking
to.
Fantastic.
We're confident young men.
Yes.
I'm getting my tits out and doing that in a second, so you better watch out.
Human anatomy is just another part of God's creation.
Fuck off.
Leonardo da Vinci loved
Sorry,
it.
do you mean God's
Oh.
creation or the simulation?
The simulation.
The simulation.
Can we just appreciate Leonardo da Vinci?
What a
please?
man. You didn't get a hug from him earlier.
I was playing Assassin's Creed 2, but I was also talking to these two at the same time, and there was a cut scene, and there was also a quick time event where you had to press a button in order to get a hug from Leonardo da Vinci.
He
And
was very upset
I
that he
was
didn't
really
get his hug.
upset 'cause I
No,
was talking to
Leonardo da
these.
Vinci was upset with Matt, which makes it worse.
Because Leonardo da Vinci is my favourite historical figure. He's
If I
genuinely genius.
were a male, I'd be gay for Leonardo da Vinci.
Leonardo
I'd
da
probably
Vin-
just be gay.
Leonardo da Vinci was almost certainly, undeniably gay.
Good for him.
Yeah, it's really good because
So was
to have such a,
Michelangelo.
yeah, Michelangelo, Donatello was
They
charged
all
for sodomy.
bummed each other.
No, they didn't bum each
At
other
the
because
same
they were slightly different
Look,
periods.
All
They're
I'm
all
saying,
Renaissance.
all
but-
I'm saying is if Michelangelo and Da Vinci pass each other on the
Why are you
street,
French?
I don't know, they would definitely have a cheeky bum sex.
Michelangelo hated Da Vinci.
But they definitely,
And
that's
Raphael.
definitely just sexual tension because they had cheeky bum sex.
No, because Michelangelo was really old when they were young.
because they had cheeky
So?
bum sex.
No, I think it's really good. It's a shame that more people don't know about the fact that these massive historical figures, especially in the art world, were homosexual. Because I think it's really important that people know that people, even back when Catholicism, because they were in Renaissance Italy, so
Yeah, but-
Catholicism was huge there. I think it's good that people were willing to defy that.
Like
for
even
that to
yeah.
accept their
Especially such
sexuality.
important-
but
figures.
like even in
Da Vinci
Renaissance
Yeah.
Britain, they all bummed each other. Shakespeare, massive bum guy.
Was it actually?
The Dark Lady and the
yeah,
gentleman.
he did sodomy in his plays, but
No, he wrote sonnets for a man. Like sonnets, I can't remember, but like the second half of his sonnets were written for a young gentleman,
Shakespeare's sonnets are
and the
beautiful.
first half of his sonnets were written for the Dark Lady.
Poetry is my guilty pleasure.
Why guilty?
Yeah.
Why? Because people judge it.
Why?
I don't know. It's probably because my favourite kind of poetry is love poetry. My favourite poem is Love's Philosophy by Percy Shelley. I can recite it
Fair.
off by heart.
Let's save that for the poetry podcast.
Okay, let's do a poetry podcast.
We are doing a poetry podcast, just to warn you.
I need to piss.
As
Back in a sec.
impossible.
Okay, Matthew's
I'm not gonna
going
believe
to
that.
piss. Should I tell them that story while you're gone?
Go for it.
So, fun fact, the other day, me and Matt were going out on a night out. We've been on several just on our own because we're losers. Yes, agreed.
Definitely.
And Our campus is very, very beautiful. It's very like Tommy. You can concur.
It's very nice.
Review of our campus?
Very nice.
That's Tommy's review. It's very green. Anyway, Matt needed a little piss, and I was quite bevved at this point, and I could
Beveriani.
Beveriniani.
Beveriniani.
Bevermus Mussolini.
Libya? No.
Libya.
Lam Miriani.
Miriami.
Lam Miriani.
I could hear Matt pissing in the bush, so I just sent him a Snapchat of me going piss. And it honestly broke him. I've never seen. Well, I have seen, but he was.
I've never seen a boy laugh quite that much.
than when he saw my willy. I haven't got a willy. Tommy, life. You haven't fully explained your dropping out of college.
Oh,
yet.
what have I said so far?
You've dropped out. They wouldn't let you do your course.
Yeah, so I'm going to take an impromptu gap year and just sort of work, explore a little bit, learn to drive, travel, things like that. And then in a year's time, I'll go and do a different degree if I feel like it. Fuck it.
See, that, I think, for the benefit of the tape, is fucking inspiring.
It's fucking ridiculously freeing.
To be honest,
I feel insanely free. On Friday night, I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. Just a little
fuck
bit.
it, I'll
Just
come
stay
to
at home.
Nottingham.
I got one fucking message from Mim, and I was like, fuck it, let's go to Knots.
I thought he was joking, so I was like, yes, come to Knots. And he's like, yeah, I've got my train ticket.
And you're like, oh, disappointed.
No, I was like so happy.
Hey.
Got my bitch back. Hello?
For the benefit of the tape, Max has returned.
For the benefit of the tape,
Only
Matt's doing
just
the
on
worm
the
across
worm
the room.
towards
Oi,
Oh,
sexy boy. Oh, he's
I
just
didn't
bumped his
realise
groin on the floor.
How not close that was.
What is our alcohol for next week? Not next week. So we're having a break next week because we've got some friends coming down. So
Lots of friends.
you'll have to live without our beautiful dulcet tones. Friends. You'll have to live with our without our beautiful dulcet tones for a week. I'm so sorry.
Or I can just record one on my own if I decide to make myself scared.
No, that's not happening. I won't be letting that happen. You're not doing it without me. Fuck you.
I have an exceptionally gorgeous. I have such a nasally voice. I take that back.
Exceptionally gorgeous.
I quite like Matt's voice, so there we go.
I have a really nasally voice. I hate it.
I don't.
It's very drawling. I like it.
I've realised since I've come to the North Midlands, I do actually have quite a posh voice. But the fact that everyone from my hometown says I'm somewhat northern, it means that people don't realise it. But
we're going to end this because this is going to take me a long time.
not going to take
upload.
you to do anything. I'm going to do it.
I'm uploading it.
Well, it's
I have
been
Windows Movie
exceptionally
Maker.
lovely to be
I
a
think we
guest
should
on the
just do it how we know how
podcast.
to do it.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you to Tommy Mcwhirter for joining us.
Oh, thank you.
The
Tommy,
night's
I
going to
appreciate-
spiral downhill from now on.
Oh, yes.
Can we all take some
shall
time
see
to
to it.
appreciate,
Appreciate
Tommy
Tommy Mcwhirter.
Mcwhirter?
Let's
Very
just stare at
much.
him for a little bit.
He's actually a gorgeous boy. Get
I've
your
seen
cock
his
out.
willy
I
again
appreciate you.
tonight.
Get your cock out.
I've seen you
Let's
both.
get let's get our peenies
for
out.
fuck's sake. Brilliant. It's just great. They're out. The ball sacks, the foreskin,
Yeah, all of it.
the floppy boys.
If you do it like that, it's like a fly.
And on that note,
I'm definitely editing this.
No, you're not. I'm
my
uploading this. I'm sending this to me now. Okay, goodbye, kiddos.
goodbye.
Tommy, take it. I actually grabbed it.
You did.